Hello, my friends, and welcome to State of the Gamer Union Address. You know, normally what I would be doing is a bit of an update video, and this is somewhat of a mishmash of an update video as far as where we stand as part of a community. Online, yes, but we're still a community nonetheless. And as you can tell, I'm gonna play some super ultra baseball in the background while I share my thoughts about what's been going on. So, let's get started. What would normally be baseball season, which it is pretty much halting everything we know near and dear as far as our favorite pastimes are concerned. There's not much I can possibly say about it because it makes no damn sense because everything that you see is pretty much, No, that's the perfect word for it. It's like, And I can tell there's so much stupidity going on as far as social media is concerned. You know why? Because it's trending. Seriously, it's like stupidity is trending more than it ever been in a new high. And the sad thing about it is, the more stupider it gets, the more hot it becomes. But I mean, I understand we're in a worldwide epidemic to where people have a slight chance of dying or living, depending on where you live, your location and everything. It's really the fact of, trying to make a living is sort of 50-50. You either, in a sense, you're out there trying to make your money at the cost of your life. And for the most part, you have to wear a mask. And even with that, the one thing you notice about the mask is that advertisers are eating that shit up. I mean, I watch a lot of commercials, and the one thing they do, for the most part, is they hype that mask so much. Even the ShamWow guy is even more annoying than usual. That's how bad it's become. It's like we're hyping up face masks just to make sure our safety is concerned. Now, me personally, I wear a mask when I go out. Only when I'm in town do I wear a mask. But after I'm done with my business, after I come back to my neighborhood, the mask goes off. Because most of the time, I don't really go out. I don't really go out often. When the need calls for me to go out, I go out. But for the most part, I don't really go out as far as, well, getting the necessities. I can always stay where I am, order something from Food for Less or Ralph's or something like that. Hell, I'll do Grubhub on the weekends. Just because for two reasons. A, it's summer. I don't feel like cooking. So that means the less I cook, the better it is for me. As far as my health is concerned, well, my health... Well, as you can hear, I'm still here. Because, like I said, my health is rather good. The only thing I'm slowly starting to do for myself is go back to eating 3 squares a day. For those who don't know, I usually skip lunch. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't usually have lunch. And like I said, since this whole outbreak happened, things have changed. Things have changed to where I had to take care of the bills and whatnot at the same time that I literally have to make sure that everything is kept up. As far as utilities and such are a necessity, are essential, rather not a necessity, but it's essential that I take care of the bills. I've been doing this since, I don't know, maybe like since I was in my teens, I think. And all I've been taught was, these are I'm given a list of bills that I need to take care of. Because mind you, at that time my mom was getting older. And with things happening the way they are, somebody needs to take care of them. So I'm usually the one who took care of them. And most times, I take care of them online. So, since then, that's what I've been doing. Not much has changed. But as I said before, as far as my health is concerned, I'm still here. Taking medicine has been strongly reduced from when I started, because when I started right after the operation, they had me on 7, which I had to take 4 during the day, 3 at night. Thankfully, they took me off of all the medicine except for 1, and I only take it twice a day. and that's in the morning and in the evening. And it's mainly for my heart. That's the only thing. I don't know why. I don't know why they thought I was. I don't know why. For some strange reason, they thought I was a diabetic. I've always taken care of myself, despite my size. You know, that's a funny thing. I always managed to take care of myself. The only reason why I had that one, and I'm keeping it like that one operation was because two things: stress and I had blockage in my artery, so they had to put a stent in me. And when I first started, taking that medicine, it was hell on me. Because here I am trying to do the following. Trying to go out to Compton for my therapy, for group therapy, and other things. I've had no actual moral support since then. And when I'm talking about moral support, I mean from family. I don't even think I don't think the fellas know about this. Or anybody else for that matter. At least not to my knowledge, anyway. Because, hey, I'm usually listening to them. I'm usually listening to their woes. My woes aren't really all that worth talking about just because, oh, you know, it's just me. So it's usually like, oh, well, you know, it's Izzy. Don't worry about Izzy. Oh, he's strong. He's this. He can do. You know, he can deal with it. That's usually the thought when you look at me. Oh, he can take care of it. He's strong. He can do this. There are times in which, I don't know, even doing videos, it's kind of difficult. Because I'm doing other stuff too. I'm not just doing videos. I'm also doing auditions, different types of auditions. For the most part that I do, they're mainly for commercials. I rarely do, you know, character auditions. And when they do, they're basically something I can't talk about because since I'm part of an agency, I cannot speak about it. I cannot share it on any kind of social media. So all I can say is I'm busy with a lot of projects. I mean, the stuff I do on YouTube, let me tell you, I got stuff in like full-blown backlog that's already on the channel, but you gotta wait until, like, say, next month to see it. And thankfully, you know, when I upload stuff now, I upload like at least 2 weeks. I upload 2 weeks worth of content. I exclude Sunday because usually I don't do I don't really have anything set for Sunday. So I just post something, you know, whether it's one of those melody escape videos or beat hazard, or even one of my novel plays. that's something I leave for, say, Sunday. Or even something like this. I would just have it up for Sunday. In the background, there's Dragnet, but you know I have it muted. Not around muted, but I have the volume turned down. So I'm kind of looking at Dragnet while I'm still doing this. During this whole epidemic that's going on, even though there have been some outings that have been canceled till next year, I can pretty much say I have been keeping myself busy with so many Let's Plays. Even ones I haven't been doing yet. What I've been doing during that time, and like I said on my Facebook, what I usually do is I usually print out like a section of the Let's Play I'm going to work on. Like say, my longest running Let's Play by far right now is Digimon Adventure. Now, not too long ago, before I started doing this update video, I was printing out 3 sections of the Let's Play because I had my notes right next to me, where I use as a reference guide to help me advance with it. And what I started doing was basically just do that. Just print out, just copy the walkthrough onto OneNote and just straight up print out. It's not really a problem because, oh hey, as long as I have the ink to cover how much I'm going to be printing out, which is usually either single page or front and back. I usually like to do front and back more than, you know, single page because it cuts the cost down on paper usage. Now, what does this have to do with gaming? It has a lot to do with gaming because, like I said, I'd rather have something in front of me in which I can use for reference instead of me just going straight off the cuff because, oh hey, I don't know what the hell I'm playing. Unless if there's a series I know very well, like say Legend of Dragoon, not a problem. All I would need is like a list of the locations of Stardust. That's all I would really need, just the locations of Stardust, where to look, okay, there it is. What normally would be a good baseball season is pretty much the saddest we ever had in history because, well, even for all sports, I should say, this is rather sad because of COVID, there's little to no attendance whatsoever. I tried looking at one of the ball games some time back. It was kind of hard to look at because all I saw were cardboard cutouts in the fan stands. And I'm sorry, it's like in the audience, there's nothing but the following: cardboard cutouts, and all you hear in the background is recorded fan footage, just recorded audience. I couldn't even look at baseball the same way. And even on ESPN, they have Korean baseball. So there are times I look at MLB, and there are times I look at ESPN. And on the very few instances, I look at Fox Sports West. Because sometimes I do look at baseball. I mean, it is the season for baseball. So I don't mind watching baseball. I'm quite concerned about basketball, but not as concerned as one would think. It's like, okay, football? That's gonna be Because normally, what I usually watch during this time of year is baseball. Whether it be MLB or Little League or even international. I like baseball. You know, I have on hand behind me 2 binders full of baseball cards with a box of whatever leftovers I have from the binders after I put all the cards together from front to back. I've had them since since I was a kid, say 5 years old. I am considering getting more baseball cards and another binder with some, with some card jackets. Haven't considered it, but I'm just, the thought has crossed my mind. So I look at it as a time of, right now for me, stay as busy as I can. Because since Anime Expo has passed, there's so many people say, oh, I got post-con depression. No, I don't. If I miss it, I just miss it. And thankfully, I am going next year because they say, well, if you're going to do the following, guess what you're going to do? Well, you can always let that carry over for next year. Great, I'll do that. Because it'd be stupid just to say, oh, hey, I want my money back just because I'm not going this year. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, thank you. I mean, there's no problem in not going to an anime convention. That usually happens during say, around June or July. And then there's another one which is Comic-Con, and that's usually held in September into August, or September or August. That's Comic-Con, and that is in the same area as in Anime Expo. It's downtown in the Los Angeles Convention Center. And I usually just take a bus from, where I am and then I take 2 buses going up there. Sometimes, if not, I just take 1 bus and I just walk halfway, just to where the second bus stop is going to take me, which is like a 20-minute drive by bus. Traffic depending, of course. So since it's like people usually get post-con depression a little after the expo has ended, just like a day after they just partied themselves too hard. I have post-con depression. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm the smartest motherfucker here, because here I am. I don't have to go to a hotel, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for a 3-day weekend, when I could just basically spend, say, depending, $200 for all 4 days. But for me, I take 3 days. First day is 0 day. You only go up there just to get your badge. So we just call that, that's badge day. For those who pre-order their badge, you go up there on 0 day, get your badge, go back home, or go out and eat. The one thing I'm really going to enjoy doing when this is all over is just that, eat. I'm actually going to enjoy going out to places like IHOP, Denny's, Hometown Buffet, and yes, even Golden Corral. Hell, I would even enjoy going back to the Chinese buffet place in Compton. I will gladly take the metro just to go to Compton, just to go to what I like to call Jade. The Jade restaurant. Because I actually miss going there. I mean, $10 for just having full rights to the buffet? $10. Come on now. That's a deal for me. It's like, oh, we can go right here. Bam. And I do miss going to the mall. That's one thing I do really miss sometimes. Just going out to the mall. And even if I'm just there to be, do people watching. Even with a Slurpee in my hand. That's another thing I miss. I actually miss having a Slurpee. A big, awesome, freaking Slurpee. And all I'm doing is just doing the following. Taking a seat, enjoying my drink, and just watch life. Watch all facets of life, be together in harmony for a couple of hours. I miss that. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work out for, say, next year, but I'm hoping that we have a bit of more normalcy happening. I mean, yeah, right now, we're just straight common riders up in here. We're all wearing masks. We're all either Kamen Rider or Ninja. And I'm not talking about Naruto. I'm talking about We're ninja. I could say, as far as gaming is concerned, well, I'm actually glad the gaming industry is still going as it is. Even if some of the franchises are rather meh to me. Not all of them, just some of them. I mean, Square Enix, for one, they finally released 5.3 in Final Fantasy XIV, which I recently downloaded because I do play Final Fantasy XIV in my spare time when I'm not recording or I feel the need to just go on there and play. You know? I mean, you know, it is, you know, something I can play for, you know, for my downtime. Because I do have games I play for my downtime. Others, I just do it just because I just need to do it. For my own sake, for my own health. And the funny thing is, playing that game really does help my mindset. That's why I play certain games, just to help my mindset. Because it only makes sense when you do the following. Especially now, especially how the world is. I said, okay, everybody knows this stupid controversy about anime. What controversy about anime? Anime has been that way for years and nobody has ever said a thing because, hey, even the weirdness of life is considered normal. That's one thing that anime shows you. Especially in slice of life styles of anime. It's like, the characters may look weird, but you know what they say, art imitates life. That's all it's doing. That's all anime is. It's imitating life itself. Slice of life is one of those kinds that basically does that. Hell, my life could be an anime. And if it was, I mean, come on now. I'd be doing something more than what I'm doing right now. I mean, even the stupidity that's on social media as we speak. And I'm not talking about politics. Because, you know, politics is just that. Just politics. It's nothing new. It's basically the same old shit. Different day with politics. And the only thing I can say is, whoever we vote for, as long as they try to set things right, and I do mean try to set things right, I don't fucking care. That's how I see it. I don't fucking care, but as long as they do what they're supposed to do. When you're in office, you got 4 months. I mean, 4 months. I wish it was like that. 4 years. You got 4 years to do what you said you're supposed to do. So another thing, please. Don't be like this dude we got in office right now. Oh, hey, posting everything on social media. Please don't do that. That's unprofessional. Hell, I use social media for my own needs. I use Facebook to do the following. Pass the word around that I'm doing the following. I'm either streaming or I'm showing you that I got a new video that you can check out on your own time. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 10 whole years. And I already made a video on that. That should count for something. I mean, goddamn. And even the strangest walks of life have come to my channel. They post some weird shit. And then you have people who don't normally post weird shit. The comments I see sometimes, either they're in a different language, or they got too much free time on their hands to say, I love Mazinger Z. Because most times, whenever I get comments, they're not about what I'm posting right now. No, it's stuff that is in the past. Or if it's a question, which the most asked question I would get is, why are you not getting hit? I said, oh, I'm getting hit. Just, you're not seeing how much damage I'm taking. So that means I'm using cheats. So why? I said, well, let's think about it. I said, I'd rather just get through a game that could be I could be working on a game that's not so troublesome, but I'm doing it because I decided to do it for myself. I'm not doing it because somebody requested me to do it, because 95 of the games that I do are basically what I choose to do. 5% is basically considered requested. So, therefore, it's the thing that I usually like to repeat over and over. A, I don't do horror games. I don't do games based off of South Park. Because A, South Park isn't funny. And once upon a time it was, but now you're about as close to cancer culture as you possibly can get. And that's the age we're living in right now. It's cancer. We're in cancer culture, in which stupidity and ignorance clash in a never-ending battle to outdo each other in the stupidest of ways, as if it was Florida man versus Florida man. Because you will never hear anything about California. Oh no, it's always Florida. They're as special as, say, Pepsi Man. That's how bad it is. And I'm not saying all Florida. I mean, some parts of Florida, you have them special kind of people. And in the world today, you have them special kind of people. Even in Hollywood, we have those special kind of people. I'm not from Hollywood, and I'm going to say this. I'd rather not live near Hollywood. I'd rather live in a community as close to mine as I'm ever going to get. If ever I move out of where I am, whatever and whenever I'm going to do that, I can only pray that I get a community that is somewhat family-minded. No matter what I'm doing, you know, it's like, well, hey, hey, how you doing, neighbor? Blah, 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 blah. You know, carry on a nice small conversation. And, you know, just enjoy my day. That's how I feel about it, you know? So let's see. Another thing I want to talk about is what I'm starting to do. Stream. So, for those who are wondering, and please pass this word around, because I'm going to make sure it's in my videos from now on. I'm pretty sure it is. If it isn't, it will be. But if not, check my YouTube page because it's on there too. But I'm going to be streaming twice a week. And those days are Wednesdays and Sundays. And when I'm starting to stream, when I'm going to be streaming are PS4 games. Why PS4 games? Because I'm starting to build my digital library of games. Now, whether they're from the free games they offer to games I personally bought for my own pleasure, I'm going to mostly stream them on Twitch. If not Twitch, YouTube. So it's either one or the other. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do both for both days. Twitch or YouTube. Sometimes I would get more from YouTube than I would get out of Twitch. Or vice versa. I would get more from Twitch than I would get out from YouTube. So it's either or. And like I said, I'm going to be doing twice a day. Now, I should also point out while I'm streaming that depending on if I'm connected to PSN, that also plays a factor. So, A, I might be streaming or I might not be streaming. But on the days that I guarantee that I will be streaming, I always make sure if something happens, I'll let it be known, oh hey, I'm streaming, or rather, no, make sure, okay, stream. On the days I'm streaming, therefore, if you make it, good, can't, no harm, no foul. Another thing I'm just not going for is, oh, this is my day to stream. I said, well, actually, if you feel like you want to stream, this is how I feel about it. Go ahead and stream. That's how I feel about it. I said, I only feel like I want to do Wednesdays and Sundays because it takes the edge off of everyone. I mean, you know, it's Wednesday. Basically, you're taking the edge off of on Wednesday, you know, middle of the week. You need to take the edge off. Sunday, you want to get relaxed before Monday shows up. Because we all know Monday is that day that some kind of fresh hell is going to happen. So I feel in the interest of fairness, I should stream for 2 days. Which is Wednesday and Sunday. And what I'm also going to practice is try to get my 4 hours in on those days. And that means I'm only going to stream 2 hours on those 4 days. I mean, 4 days. I'm gonna stream 4 hours on those 2 days, and I'm not gonna do it like a straight up full 4. No. I'm gonna take 2 hours. Like I'm gonna do an AM and a PM stream on Sundays. Just for Sundays, I'm gonna do an AM and PM stream. So if you missed the first part, don't worry about it. There's a second part. Now, currently, what I'm already doing on stream on Twitch is One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 Treasure Log. Because I've already done the Let's Play. That's the only thing. I've only done the Let's Play, so don't worry about it. It's already up on my channel. I said now, Treasure Log is just something I just want to do just to say, I just want to get it finished and done. Plus, I want to show off the game as well. And since, it's digital, I might as well, I might as well do that. And plus, I'm doing it on PS4. At least, it's streamable. And for some games, some games I want to record, some games I want to, just say, oh hey, I'm doing this for exposure. So there are some games that I basically bought a digital copy of, as compared to having the disc version. And the only reason why is because the disc version leaves something that in some spots you can't really record because, spoilers. Like Yakuza is one of those games that you really couldn't record off of fully per se. Because once you reach the point of no return, oh hey, you can't show that. That's what I find funny. I was like, I can't show this? Really? But I'm at the last part of the game. Oh, you can't show this. And that's the reason why I got digital copy of the following games. Fist and North Star Lost Paradise, otherwise known as like a North Star. In Japanese, that's what it is. Hokuto no Gotoku. Like, Yuga Gotoku, Hokuto ga Gotoku. So, like a North Star is the translation of it. I also did the same thing for Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 1 because, hell, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, but not 6, and not Judgment on digital release. So there are plenty of games I plan to do as far as them being digital releases. And I feel doing it straight from PS4 is the logical choice. Plus, it's a pain in the ass trying to get stuff to work on my old setup. Plus, I got projects going on. And believe it or not, they do go on underneath my nose. Because somewhere out there, there's always an audition happening. And I'm one of the few people who will be part of that audition. And usually, in the case of that, well, I have to make sure I'm on the ball with that. Whether I'm doing it for the agency or my coach is sending me auditions, I'm always going to stay busy. That's the thing. I'm always going to stay busy. And on top of that, Let's Plays are keeping me busy. So there's that too. Now, I have considered what I'm going to do after I'm done with the following. With Digimon Adventure, Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water, and when I get started on Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Most likely they're going to be short. Or something I've already started on and need to finish it. But that'll take some time. Most of what I have done, there have been to be continued because for the most part I've been busy with other projects. Like Earthbound, that's to be continued. Otaku no Saiza, that's to be continued. Soul Blader, Illusion of Gaia, they're to be continued. Mother 2, otherwise known as Earthbound 2 on the SNES. That's to be continued. Xenoblade, not Xenoblade, Xenogears. Oh my god, I'm not doing Xenoblade, that'd be crazy. Xenogears is to be continued. Arc the Lad 2 is to be continued because I had clear game data on Arc the Lad 1. So what I had to do is basically play over Arc the Lad 1, beat it, transfer the save over on Arc 2 so I can have more characters. And they retain all their abilities and whatnot from Arc 1. And then possibly after that, I will do Arc 3. As far as everything else is concerned, I also need to redo Vi from the very beginning because, oh my god, I was doing part of it unpatched and the other half was patched. I mean unpatched. So I was playing it like it was US and Japan. I think what I'm going to do with another Let's Play I had on hold for a while, Warriors Orochi, and I thought about it, is do the following. Since part of it is already up, I'm just going to finish the rest of it on PSP. The only difference I'm not going to do for PSP is just do the same thing I did on the PS2 version because it's already up there. So that wouldn't make any sense for me to just say, oh hey, let me just redo everything. No, just play up to where I stopped and just go from there. And all I would have to do is just basically do the following. Since it plays the same way as the PS2 version, I'm pretty certain that the same things that would happen if you have some save data on it. Oh hey, here you go, you get a bonus for it. And then after that, I can do Warriors Orochi 3 and 4 on PS4. I mean, there's a lot that's going on that, you know, I'm pretty much plotting a way to do it. And there is, you know, such work behind it because, for the most part, I have to have my notes in front of me. And that's why I have in front of me basically the rest of Digimon Adventure. Because after I'm done with it, guess where the playthrough is going. After I'm done with it, it's going in a paper shredder. Because after that, it's like it's on the channel, and I'm not taking it down. I don't care what happens. I don't care if the music has, you know, copyrights. I'm not gonna mute it. Why? Just because it's blocked in one or two parts of the world, that's on them. That's the same thing with, say, BioShock. Like, BioShock had that same problem. Certain parts of music could not be heard because of copyright material. I said, well, first off, you're talking about some old-ass music, okay? You can't really fault me for that, okay? You cannot really fault me for something like that. I'm basically the guy playing the game. And for people who say I need more subscribers, yeah, well, you know what? You pass the word around. If you got friends, just mention my channel, okay? So I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, you need more views. I said, look, if I actually cared about views, I said, let's see. My first year self versus me now. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do the following. We'll show nudes for views. No, we don't need that. Nor am I going to yell at the top of my lungs just to attract more attention to myself. That's so passe. That's beneath me. There are certain games I like to play on this channel. And you can tell the interest I have in it because I'm having fun with it. That's what most people don't see. It's like the little things I do to the game. You know what? That's what I like to do. I like to basically do little things to the game. So if anybody were to ever ask, why would I just do what I'm doing to some games? I say, well, do you want me to be frustrated and give up? Now, there are people that say, oh, this is a playthrough. No, it's not a playthrough. It's a let's play. A playthrough would mean you're sitting there for the entire time recording this one game. Whether it be 2 hours, 4 hours, even fucking 10 hours. I'm sorry, but hey, that's not gonna work. Not for me. I've only done that once, and that was for Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin on Sega CD. And even then, I wouldn't even call that a playthrough. That was a straight up let's play. I mean, for 10 whole years, I'm one of the few people who actually faced ridicule just because of the games I played and what I did to certain games. Oh, I cheated. So fucking what? I cheated. But guess what? I wasn't frustrated. So hell, even now I will put disclaimer saying, oh hey, there are cheats enabled for this game. And for some games, especially in some RPGs, if level grinding is a chore, I'm gonna put in something to not make it a chore. Just to basically do the following. Match up to where I should be in the game. Like games like Shining Force, that's what I use cheats for. It's like whatever I do, gain a level for him? Cool. So, well, you know, you have certain walkthroughs that say, oh, well, at this point you should be such and such. Oh, well, hey, I'm at this level where you say I should be. Hey, I'm good, thank you. But the thing I'm looking forward to mainly, once this year is done, when it's all said and done, when everything has been somewhat normalized to where we can no longer wear a goddamn mask in public, where we can actually go back to restaurants, to where we can be a society again. Where even, yeah, you can bring your damn children, whether they be bratty or whatnot. And I can say this: children have right to be self-entitled. Adults, not so much. You know, when you're a kid, you want to have your way. There's some kids that want to have their way. I was not one of them kids growing up. I didn't have my way. As anything I got, I did through hard work. I showed straight A's when I was a kid. So, oh, you have everything. I said, no, I don't have everything. If I had everything, I would have a TurboGrafx. I said one thing I would have is a TurboGrafx to go with everything else. I would also have an Neo Geo to go with everything else. I would also have an Amiga, a Commodore 64. I would pretty much have every single game console in existence if I had everything. And even growing up, I said, no, I'm good. Because, you know, I have parents that actually loved and cared for me. That's just fucking sad. Good Lord. And since it's 2020, Tenkai House is officially 100 years old. It was made in 1920, and here it is, 100 years later, still standing. And all we're doing right now is just we're improving on it. That's the one thing I'm basically doing, just improving on it. But I'm not doing it by myself. It's like if we got junk, we get rid of it. All I can say is, hey, if you're interested in it, take it. I said, I'm not keeping it around. I said, when we get everything set up to where we can do this and we can do that, we can expand upon the property and everything else. Oh, we're going to do some great stuff. We're going to improve the value. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. To where, you know, the hard work speaks for itself. That's That's all that really counts. The hard work to put everything through all the blood, sweat, and tears. Basically, it speaks volumes. And it's about the same thing for what I do on this channel. For everything that technically is worth it, guess what? Through my blood, sweat, and tears, through my efforts, I'm gonna make something of myself. I mean, that's what it all counts to. I mean, yeah, I'm going to have at least like 3, maybe 4 people come to my stream at the start, but hopefully, you know, it would advance to something a little more. But at the same time, you know, I wanted to do my part as to bring people together. Have fun, enjoy themselves and each other's company, as well as my company, because this is the reason why I do videos. I don't do it just to yell over the product. No, I don't do that. I've been doing videos since 2010. They start off as playthroughs into Let's Plays. If I'm bringing a bit of happiness to anyone's life, then what I'm doing is worth it. And another thing I want to point out before I actually end this video, because I'm not going to do another round of baseball. I think three good games is worth the time to talk over. So before I end this video, for those who commented on my look back video, thank you so much, because if not because of my mom bringing me these unusual titles to my attention, the ones that I never even heard of because I didn't know they existed, I would not be doing underrated games. I would not be doing the Chest of Obscurity. I'd be another, oh hey, I'm going to do the popular games because everybody else is doing it. But yeah, because of my mom, she basically brought an interest to my attention that has never left me since I was a kid. So I am grateful that even now, even after her passing, what she instilled in me is still going strong today. And for those who have basically left whatever words of encouragement you said on the video, and even to my coach Tracy, thank you for letting me know, you know, I've been doing this for a whole decade. And she told me straight out, here's to another decade. To myself, I said, God, I hope by then I would have a family of my own. That'd be funny. It's like, I'm one of the older YouTubers out there still playing video games. Me at 50. Wait, y'all still here? But as long as there's Let's Plays, you know, as long as there's games that have never been done, I don't mind doing them. I just won't be doing like horror or something like that, because Again, horror is so blasé. It's like it doesn't scare me because, you know, I have built an immunity to it because of anime. Anime and J-horror. Yeah, that has built a strong immunity to my system. So, until then, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, the underdog of the underrated. PI7. And that was this was the Gamer State of the Union 20XX. So, see you next time on whatever I plan on doing, whatever the hell it is. And be safe, be sane, and for God's sake, don't let social media fuck up your day. Thanks for watching and listening. See you around.